You're tuned in to the Finding Life podcast, Parent to Parent Coaching Corner. Real conversations that help us heal, grow, and rise with purpose. I'm Life, alongside Coach Jon, and together we explore what really matters. Today's episode, intentional parenting. Words, habits, and patterns. We're having some real fun in the live chat while diving into what it means to be intentional. How the things we say, the habits we keep, and the patterns we repeat shape our children's future. Let's get into it. For this one, I do want to give a little precursor. Again, from the show of hands it's not too many of us in here, but how many of us are parents? I sneezed once and put my back. Listen, when I tell you slip that disc when you sneeze and you move the wrong way, you get mad. It's been in this new age that I'm in where you get mad when you do simple things that created an injury and I didn't even have to do it all like that. And you just want to go back to normal. Oz, Lizzie, what's going on? Appreciate you jumping in. But listen, y'all, tap in. If you got kids, let me know how many parents we got here, how many parents we got in the building, and then how old your child is. I know we talked about this last week, so I remember some of y'all. I don't remember all of y'all's kids and ages and things right there. Teresa, parent here. Listen, immediately, you know what I heard? Listen, John over there, he ain't focused. Listen,
what
you know what I heard? Teresa, I asked everybody to go ahead and let me know if they got kids. Teresa shot her hand up. She said, parent here, you know what I heard before you even say that? You know what I heard? You ain't my daddy, shut up.
I'm weak.
You ain't my daddy, shut up. That's what they're going to tell you. That's what they're going to tell you. They're going to tell you just like that. They're going to tell you, tell your mom, tell my mama. I'm going to tell my mama. Oh, no, they 21 and 19. John going to have to drink. Hey,
they 21?
Yeah, John say, listen, they good. They boom. All right, listen. So we got boom. All right, Winnie, we got kids. Everybody. We got Winnie, 8 years old today. Tell nephew or niece that we say happy birthday. We say happy birthday to you. You ain't give me nothing.
Oh, it's a birthday. It's somebody's birthday.
Man, I don't know. Teresa, did you over here text John or something? Because he was over here texting.
1, 2.
We gonna let him be. So we got 19, 21, 10, 8, 15. 0. 16, 18, 13, 9. Your favorite male dealer. What's going on? 13 and 9 girl dad. Let me tell you, I got 3 of them things. I got 3 daughters about to be 18. My daughter on the way to school this morning, my daughter said, I turned 18 in a couple weeks. Oh, that hurt my heart. I said, you do.
Man, right?
I said, you do. You do. I'm not responsible for the feelings of. Listen, hey, you're right. Everybody's an adult. That's the one thing. All right, so John, you ready, man? Listen,
Let's
you
go.
ready? You ready? Before we get to going.
Let's go.
You ready?
Today, what we talking about?
You tell me.
Parents. Intentional parenting.
Mm.
I don't want to skate by that word too quick.
Intentional parenting.
Power of our daily choices. Why we talking
Hold
about
on.
that? Put a pause in it.
Now the chat acting up. Let me tell you, and so y'all know we on the chat. And parents, if you on parent to parent community, y'all got to make sure that y'all following on the TikTok. Listen, Winnie say my son asked if the long guy was his new daddy. Oh Lord, listen.
You know what? Oh,
y'all,
boy,
we didn't already. Y'all know we got fam. Listen, when I tell you, it ain't no judgment in this thing because and look, if the long guy, how you doing, sir?
Let me tell you.
Cause it ain't. Let me tell you something. We all in here together. You feel me? So what we talking about, John? Go ahead. What we talking about?
The long. You see. Look who bad back there.
And then look. That's what the long guy say. Is that the long guy? Yeah, okay. That's the son right back in the back. Tyree pissed.
Jody.
I thought the long guy wasn't supposed to. Y'all see, y'all get us to acting up in the middle of the day thing.
All right,
so we talking about intentional parenting.
Intentional parenting, yes. Power of our daily choices.
Yes.
We're talking about that to help our parents reflect on how Their daily words, habits, and decisions shape the emotional, mental, and behavioral patterns of their children, and to own their power to shift those patterns even gradually.
We're going to talk about we're going to talk about the little choices, right? Because it's we always talk about the devil in the details. You say those little things. We're going to talk about the little choices, but I want to ask the chat right now to go ahead and think in their mind, what did you say to your kid that you know messed them up? Every parent has that. Every parent has that where they know, damn, I shouldn't have said that, or damn, that's where that is rooted from. Like maybe years and years later, and they bring that to you, you're like, holy shit. Like, so I want to ask the chat right out the gate, what is that for you, right? What is it that you...
Words or actions.
Yeah. Y'all tell your kids, John is taken. Hey, listen, Yvette, what's going on? I appreciate the love, chat. What's happening? Listen, in here we are talking. Y'all are part of Finding Life Live. Please make sure that you hit the love button, and I say that's the heart. Hit the heart. We appreciate everything. Tell us where you are from. Tell us if you have children, how old they are. What we are doing right now, we're talking to our parents on intentional parenting, and you jumped into the podcast and the conversation right now. What have you said to your kids that you know messed them up? What'd you hear from a parent or a parent figure that stayed with you?
Oh, man. You ain't gonna be this. That's my dream. Yeah, you're not gonna be that. Now, why the hell would you tell me that? And I'm believing it now.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah. That's very common for a lot of...
You ain't gonna be this. You gonna be this.
Right.
Well, damn, I don't have a choice in who I want to be when I grow up.
Yeah. Yeah. How many of us had that, right? Somebody not allowing us, or a parent not allowing us to make decisions about our desires, about the things that we wanted, dreams, goals. I'm going to take us somewhere a little bit left, and I don't know if I want to. I'm going to be honest. Let me bring in the chat real quick. Mine is action. I told them I failed them by not raising them in the Lord. Yeah. Yeah. And actions. I said this earlier in the podcast. Aaron said, my mom said I'd never make it as a stylist. Look at me now. Oh, look at me now. Oh, I'm fresh than a mom. Oh, yeah, no. So yeah, look at you now, Aaron, salon owner.
Come on.
About to be salon franchise owner, and I'm speaking that into existence just because,
go.
Boom, that's just how it's gonna be. But I'm gonna take us to probably a darker place that I feel like I have to be authentic, and it's this could be a place to get us into some uncomfortable conversations, into some uncomfortable opinions. But I'm a black man, and I grew up in a black household. And my father's biggest fear was to raise a gay black son. And I think that's a lot of men's fear, especially in this community. So much so my dad even talked to me about it recently. One of the things that we don't talk too much, talking to me about my son, you gotta make sure you ain't raising that boy to be gay, Earliest thing that I can remember my dad saying to me, he called me the F word, and I'm not talking about the F-U-C-K word. He called me a faggot, right? Mm-hmm. And he called me that, bro. We were walking in a Dick's Sporting Goods, and he wanted me to talk to I don't even know, like it was just a girl. She cute. First of all, why do you think she's cute, bro? Like hindsight 2020, that's a flag. Mm-hmm. But the fact that he called me that, right? I knew he was wrong, but it immediately made me objectify women. Immediately. It was no longer if I liked you, it was no more about cooties. It was about trying to gain some experience so I guess this is how I'm supposed to be a man, right? Based on my father. And that's one of the things that has impacted my entire life the most, is how much I've had to heal from the toxification of my relationship with women based on that single soul moment of my dad calling me that. That planted a seed of, that whole thing created so much in me. So I say that because there are the little things, right? The little things matter, but there becomes these huge moments, these very huge moments that your ignorance, right? It's not in your intention. It's in your ignorance. When you really least expect it the most, you're angry and you say that we have to be mindful of.
That's so true.
Because if not, you will set your child on a course that they never, like, that's his fear. Mm-hmm. And so he planted that in me so much so that he didn't have to worry about that. But I did. Mm. You see what I'm saying? I did.
And that goes back to even what we were saying earlier about how your words are your power, right? Your weapons. What were you saying? The words are your weapons.
Yeah.
Like even from intentional parenting standpoint, what parents speak to their kids, there's power in that, and that can legit, even based off our experiences, change the trajectory of your child's life. Like we say, those experiences will literally begin to alter the child's behavior, thoughts, feelings, and so they'll not sure where they could have been heading, right, or what path that they were going, but based off that one moment, that has now opened up a whole different portal. That
you remember we had a parent come in, and we're not gonna speak too many names. And guys, I thank y'all so much for the love and support that y'all giving me. I really do. But you remember, John, that parent that came in, and something happened, and she was talking, and we're not gonna really talk too much. I'm trying not. She was talking in a way that
all confidential.
Yeah, she was really like, she disassociated that's her child, right, and began to kind of talk to them like that's just another person, and if he did this and that, I can't trust him. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. Why is it so easy for parents to forget the power that we have as parents? Like, why is it so easy for us to forget that we have this power as parents?
I think it stems even a few discussions back where we oftentimes talk about survival mode, right? And so you have a lot of parenting that's being done in survival mode from foundations that aren't healed, that have cracks in it, and so you're not even realizing what it is you're saying, right, or what it is that's happening in the moment, because you're not even really parenting from a place of intentionality or from a healed place, right? And so you still have some things. It's something that happened to you that triggered you to have that same response to your child, and understanding your child is still learning, right? And so
I as I hear that, you're absolutely right, and the duality of life, especially as early parents. You have kids earlier, so a lot of us have. Oops, here we are, right? The duality of having to heal yourself while parenting at the same time. It's like riding the bike and putting it together at the same time. We talk about that a lot, right? So when we talk about that, you have to. A lot of parents don't know how, right? It's like an IKEA, right? You get the thing, and now you don't. You just got pictures, and that's it. The pictures are other people's lives. Like, oh, I should be a good parent like they are, or I should be able to talk to my kids like they do, or I should be patient like she is, or I should be patient like he is, or I should be a good provider like he is. And those are the pictures of how you think you're supposed to put this shit together. And what ends up happening is that's absolutely false, right? And you don't know how, and you get frustrated, and you start breaking shit. I do that. What are the days? So I talk about, and I go through here, and you have to begin to have daily activities, daily practices. And I said, we'll go back to the little things, because that's where it starts. One thing that changed my whole way of parenting was two things. I said, I'm not going to do the gentle parenting thing. I'm going to do the honest parenting thing, the genuine parenting thing. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be gentle, right? Intentionally overly gentle. I'm going to be genuine, right? Sometimes you need to get this how it's supposed to be got, right? Other times it may need to be a little bit softer. But there's a daily practice in the very little things that I did. First thing I did is I said, I don't like to yell. I started like listening to myself around the house, and I was yelling all the time. So I said, I don't want to yell anymore. Mm-hmm. Right? That's something that I could fix within myself. That's a small daily practice. Just stop yelling, right? Slow down, stop yelling. So Aaron says, my son and I have morning affirmations. We say at school drop off. I love that.
Oh, I love that too.
I love that. And so when he says, I'm trying to find I'm fighting for my babies left and right, but the system fails us and then left feeling powerless. And we're going to talk about that here in a second. Forgetting we have the power. Yeah. Because we don't live with intention. Jessica says, because we don't live with intention. Teresa says pride, right? Teresa says pride is why we forget, right? That we have that power and who we are in that space. Lisa says planting those fears in our children sometimes is so hard to see that we do it. And I think it is, like I said, we have to go back through to the little things and start to think about the very small communications that you have with your children. I'm going to give us parents, because I'm always trying to leave us with some tools, right? Not even leave us, but I'm always trying to equip us with some tools. The most important part of the day is wake up. How do you wake up your child? What is the environment in which you set upon waking up? I always try to wake up earlier than my kids, but my high schoolers go to school so early that most times they just wake me up. Right? So it's how do you wake up your child? Right? What is in the small things, in the small details of how you wake up your child? The environment that you set in the morning. Yeah. So like Aaron says, those affirmations, I would love to know how your son feels about those affirmations in the morning. And shameless plug. That's how we have these conversation cards. If you don't know, we got them, car ride conversation cards, right? Here's one right here. Listen, here's a car ride conversation card. It says, if you could ask your future self one question, what would it be? Just imagine doing that and asking that question in parent drop-off or parent pickup, right? Go ahead.
Man, I was over here just thinking while you were talking, just even on the question, how is it easy to forget our power as parents? It made me think about my mom. I can't say if this is true, right? But this is just almost kind of what I feel, just experiencing growing up. Single parent household, right? Fortunate to have my grandmother that was able to assist where she could. But I don't think she forgot her power. I think she was putting it in a space to make sure she met the demand as a single parent.
Okay.
So, like, maybe not being able to, I think her power came, I got to go work. See, my mom worked a lot. So she worked multiple jobs. And so I'd kind of catch her here, catch her there, because she's trying to, I got to get to work. And so I think her power shifted from the aspect of, I don't think she lost the power. I think she had to just really focus on being the provider. I got 3 kids I'm trying to raise. So I have to go work. I have to make sure that I'm able to provide food for them. I'm able to, clothes on the back, whatever that is. And so I don't think she forgot it. I think she lived because she had us so early on. Yeah. And my grandmother told her, it's like, hey,
these your babies.
No, these your kids. Right?
I got you.
And I actually learned of that when I got older.
Yeah.
Was that my grandmother told her, it was like, hey, I'll watch them if I choose to.
But go back. I want you to finish. You said you don't think she lost her power.
I think she shifted it to where she had to take on the responsibility of making sure it was no excuse. It was.
She had to reallocate it.
Yeah. I have to make sure that we have somewhere to stay.
Yeah.
Right. I got to make sure food on the table, clothes. I got to make sure y'all in school. Whatever it is I got to do, because it's me right now. Granted, I still have a little bit of support from grandma, but she done already told me,
This is you.
This is you. And so if I decide I want to support you here, I'll do so. But it's not an obligation for her.
So do you think, so there's a lot of parents out there, and as a parent, there are times when you have to, you call it sacrifice, or you store it and allocate energy. Like I said, I don't got time to talk to you about this. Right? It's a risk reward. It's a risk assessment. There are certain things that I know that I should probably talk to my kids about, right, on a level. And me personally, I'm going to do it, right? There's likely very rarely anything that I got just an extremely high capacity to communicate to kids. But I totally 1000% understand and have had it where, like, I'm trained, right? This is a totally different level. This is different. But as a parent, there's definitely things where it's like, nah, I'm not even ready to talk to you about that shit, because I don't got the energy to talk to you about that. I don't got the energy to give you what you feel like you need right here. If I did, I would give you 1,000 words, but because I don't, I'm gonna give you 100 words, right? And that's just gonna be that, and you're gonna have to deal with that shit, right? And I get that. There are things that you have to do that for as a parent, right? Where your feelings are going to be hurt here. And I know that. And I just hope you got a coping mechanism or resiliency. This is when we're going to have to learn that, right? But there are also things that you're coping as a parent.
That's a fact.
You're not reallocating, you're coping. And when you find yourself coping as a parent, that's a danger. That's a yellow flag, right? And so it's very important that as a parent, you learn the difference of when you're coping. Angela, have a good one. We love you. Appreciate you jumping in. Appreciate you staying with us. When you learn that you're coping, it's time to be intentional about your planning as a parent. And what that means, it's guiding parents through a simple reflection. That's one of the things that we like to do on one change that they can commit to making. Right? That's what I challenge our parents to make. Sometimes as a parent, the amount of change that you need to make is overwhelming. You know, man, it beats you down. You're just like, I don't follow up enough. I don't communicate. I'm always angry. I don't clean up the house like so. I don't cook enough. We don't eat dinner. Like, it just is like it's like a snowball. And when that happens, you paralyze. Like, you stop, you freeze, fight, flight, or freeze. You freeze. And so the tool that I give my parents is, let's be intentional about one thing. What's one thing? Like I said, stop yelling. Stop going around the house screaming. That one thing is going to then give space to see the next thing. Yeah. Right? And it's going to naturally flow into the next thing. You can only build a house one brick at a time, one wall at a time, right? You put your pants on one leg at a time. You could try to put them on both at a time. You're going to bust your ass, right? It's a fact, right? It's not going to work well for you. So it's very important for parents to do the same thing that they try to tell their children to do. Let's take this one step at a time.
Model it, man.
Say that again.
Model it. That's it. You know,
we live in a generation in which they need to see it, experience it from you genuinely. And if you model it, then you'll better understand the struggles that they face in doing it in this society. Yep. Let's bring in the chat real quick. Just Jessica says, things have surrender values as a single parent. Talk to me about that, what that mean a little bit. Break that down. Just Jessica, again, children are sponges. They emulate our behavior. So if we don't get it together, they won't. Absolutely. Savannah says parents don't reflect on how things made them feel when it was done to them. They just look how. Okay, you're absolutely right. A lot of parents don't actually think about how it made them feel and then what they needed. That's the next piece. If they do, the how becomes very difficult. You don't know how to change it. And the thing that you can do, parents, is ask yourself, what did I need to hear? And how did I need to hear it? Or was it anything that I needed to hear? What did somebody need to do? Could they have taken me somewhere? Could they have shown me something? Right? What did that need to look like? Teresa says, if you're about to engage in emotional communication, ask yourself, will this build or tear down? That's a good one. Oh, you for Teresa's comment, huh? That's what you let go, huh? I be peeping the little things, bro. I be seeing the little thing. He ain't say nothing about nobody else comment.
Man,
Teresa's
I'm
little
over
comment,
here in agreement
Teresa's little
with
comment
everybody
come up.
else,
Oh man, okay, I hear you, brother. Okay. Savannah said they turned out their parents the same way. Yes, absolutely. Laura says, I feel like the point that I hurt my kids the most was staying in a situation that wasn't safe. Oh, man. So many of our kids actually talk about that. So let me give you a little bit of freedom, right? Let me help you with a little release. Your kids, they come and tell us about that. And what they tell us about is they don't actually see it as you put them in danger. They actually see it as a different level of resilience for you, right? Now, we do struggle at times. They do talk to us at times about it. They don't understand why, why you don't leave, why they don't leave, or why they don't make decisions just based on themselves. But it's very easy to say that love is something that is unconditional when it's real. And those conditions sometimes put the person in situations and circumstances that are not healthy for them. And it does not at all reflect the love, concern, or care that they may have for their child. And so, Laura, I want to say to you that your child sees you what you allow them to see in that, right? They don't, they see either resilience, but if you beat yourself up, then they'll see the stupidity that you say, right? But if you lift yourself up, then they'll see the endurance, they'll see the resilience. And so I challenge you to see that, because a lot of our kids see that, not what they don't see the worst of what we do. They actually see the best of what we did. They really see our intention. Yes, just Jessica said dishes in the sink or watch a movie with my kids. We have a lot on our plate. Our children need us. We have to be willing to surrender one thing. Absolutely. That was one of the rules that we used to have, is like, oh, no sink, no dishes in the sink overnight. Yeah, all right, go to sleep. Good night. The attitudes are terrible. Good night. I don't want to see your face like that. Scrunched up, mad, washing dishes. Don't be slamming my damn dishes. Good night. Laura says, we are stronger now that we are in a better space. We get there together.
Fashion.
Absolutely right. You over there tossing them cups? Break a plate if you want to. I bet you I break your behind. That's what's going to be coming next. See, I have taken some of my challenges, so let them know I'm failing. But yeah. I think another thing, parents, before we get out of here, we talked about that tool. But before we get out of here, I want you to say the biggest tool that you can: never underestimate the power of an apology. There are still some very grown adult children that are waiting for their very elderly parents to apologize for some very childlike things that has taken place decades in the past. And it still haunts them and holds them stagnant to this day. And so parents, I know. It takes a lot, and they did some shit too. I get it, right? The way that they responded to you and crooked their neck, yeah, they might have deserved to be in that tub flipped upside down. Yeah, they might have had, right? Might have had, but you were wrong because you're their parent, and you did not have the de-escalation tactics and skill sets that were required to parent your child in the moment. That's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. So suck that shit up and apologize. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. You didn't help them with their homework. And so now when they flunked out, that's your fault. You ain't had the patience. That's your fault. A lot of the shit that they did, that's your fault. So if you apologize to even where they are, even if they didn't ask for it, if you're criticizing them, apologize for it. Let me just say that. That's the best thing to know. A lot of parents be like, well, what do I even apologize for? What are you criticizing them about? If you're criticizing them about something, it's likely your fault. So start there. So anyway, I'm going to leave y'all with that. It's so much love that I got for y'all parents. I understand how hard it is to be a parent. I am that 4 times over. But there's no excuse. You are without excuse if you have the blessing of being a parent. You have the burden of healing. You have the burden of living. You have the burden of thriving. You don't have a choice. So I'm grateful for you, because if you are in this space and you're listening to me right now, that means you are being intentional about becoming a better parent and about becoming a better version of yourself. And I am grateful and I'm thankful and I'm proud of you for that. So Jon, tell them inside of the community what they have at their fingertips and how they can connect with us going forward.
You can always, to the right of your community, see that chat box. Boom, click on that. Coaches to be able to talk to, chop it up with. Got any questions? Need any crisis support? Over to your left. Need someone to talk to? Booking a one-on-one session to really dive in depth with whatever questions or whatever's on your heart, your mind. Those resources are ready and available at the palm of your hands. Yeah. So right in our community.
And also, listen, take advantage of the parent-to-parent community every Thursday. Last week was really good. Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern. Be there. Be prepared to have a conversation and communication about the different things that we're working on. Again, this week, it's just more intentional parenting. Parenting planner, I want you to do your homework. And that homework is going back and really looking at one change that you can make and need to make to be a better parent. A phrase, you could say a tone shift, a routine, a boundary. Any of these things that will improve the connection that you have with modeling the behaviors in which you're seeking after as in your home. So with that being said, this has been another episode of Finding Life Podcast. We love you. We thank you. And we will see y'all.
For sure. And no, I didn't have nothing else. Love y'all. We out.
Woo! Y'all, that was a good. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Finding Life Podcast, parent-to-parent coaching corner with Life and Coach Jon. Keep showing up with love, lead with intention, and remember, our children learn way more from who we are than what we say.